Hey everybody, today I'm going to be deep diving into Strava and why it is the perfect partner for you. Welcome everybody to the Penniless Runner, the channel dedicated to help you achieve your running goals on a budget. My name is Greg. So I've talked about Strava several times in some of my other videos, and it is the perfect training partner, especially if you're on a budget. And in this video, I'll be talking about what Strava is and what its uses are. Strava is basically an exercise app that tracks and logs all of your workouts. And the way you sign up, you can either download the app to your phone or you can go to the website strava.com and sign up either using your Facebook account, another social media account, or an email address. It has a lot of features. And one of the cooler ones that I really like is that if you have a GPS watch, like I have a Garmin, I was actually able to sync up my Garmin watch to my Strava profile. And so what do you see when you first open up this app? Well, it's like Facebook. You have a feed in there, but it'll probably be blank because you aren't following anybody at first and you're not being followed. And you can either choose to follow people, and then you'll be able to see more of what they're doing, and that'll show up in your feed. But one of the first things you'll be able to see when you open up the app is that you'll be able to have different options. You'll hit a little plus sign in the corner and you'll have 4 different options that you can do. You can either post, you can either upload a photo, you can either enter a manual activity, or you can record an activity. So when you record an activity, the first thing that Strava will do is it'll locate you via your GPS. And the second thing that Strava will ask you to do is, what kind of activity is this? Is this a run? Is this a bike? Is this a swim? Is it hiking? So what makes it awesome is that you can even record all of your cross training on there as well. So you do your activity and then you hit finish, and the next thing you can enter in a title of your activity, you can enter in what time it took place, you can distinguish whether it was a workout or a race or a long run or something else like that, and you can even change up the activity. So maybe you entered in the wrong activity at the beginning, no worries, you actually have the option of changing that when you are completing your activity at the end. You can even enter in notes to record how you're feeling, describing what was going on, describing the race, and then you'll hit finish, and then it will load it up into the database of Strava, and you'll be able to look back and you'll see elevation gain. If you wear a heart rate monitor, you'll see heart rate. If you want to know your mile pace, it'll record your average mile pace and per mile pace, and it'll even record the elevation for each mile that you ran, and it will have an entire map of what you have as well. And one feature that I really like is that when you run a route 3 times or more, Strava actually then compiles all that data and graphs it, averages out your runs on that run and that route, and so you can actually see how you're doing over a period of time. And it's actually really useful because you can see yourself improving during this stretch of training. If you're on the website, you can look at your run and you'll see something called GAP, G-A-P. And I don't remember what exactly it stands for, but essentially what it does is that if you run a lot of hills, it will calculate your mile pace as if you're running on flat ground. You might also notice that you will be getting medals and you will be getting trophies for certain things after your run is completed. Well, Strava, unless you record all of your PRs, which you can do, Strava will assume that every run you're running is a PR, and it will give you a medal, and it'll say what your best 5K time is, your best 10K time is, your best half marathon, 30K, all the way up to marathon and all sorts of distances. And so every time you'll run, you'll be able to see this information popping up, which I actually really like. And it's one of those things that really make the app really enjoyable to use. But the trophies are done for what are called segments, and segments are created by other users who use Strava. And what they'll do is that they'll take a distance and they say, I want this to be a segment. And then what Strava will do is they'll say, all right, you have your segment created, maybe it's half a mile, and Strava will take all of its users who have ever run that segment, and then it will rank them. So be prepared for your competitive bones to be tickled. And if you don't like the competition, that's okay. You can actually go into the app and you can turn this feature off, and then you won't see it. But like I said, this is a training diary app. So you can actually go under the training part of the app and you can see how much work you've been putting in during the week and in past weeks as well. And you can even filter out different activities. So maybe you just want to see all of your cycling days or all of your running days. You actually have the option of being able to do that. And if you don't record an activity, no worries. You can actually use the manual activity option to enter in all the information that you would need. Strava is also a social media app. So you can actually share this with all of your friends on Facebook, and you can be following people and they can follow you. And that'll be the kind of stuff that'll be popping up in your feed, and that'll be kind of the kind of stuff that's popping up in their feed. And what's crazy about this app is that it's all 100% free. It doesn't cost anybody a dime to use it. You can pay for the premium services, but you don't have to. You get enough information out of it without having to pay. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you have a comment or if you have a suggestion or something that I left out about the app, leave a comment below. And if you want to check out some of my other tips and videos, be sure to click on those. And if you like this video, subscribe. All right, guys, thanks for watching and happy running.